length. You know the method of using string strlen function, but you don't know how it is happening inside. So this is an example which you everyday using. Encapsulation Illustrated needs to be able to teach 4 classes in the next semester, or sorry, this is an example. What is modularity? Modularity is the breaking up of something complex into manageable piece. Modularity helps people to understand complex system. If you are seeing that there is a puzzle, each puzzle is having different modules. We have to connect them appropriately so that we can make a system. So manageable pieces are called as it is a very good example of modularity. So in C++, we create different methods, or in Java, we create different methods to do different processing, and then we club it into one class is called as modularity. Example of modularity, let's suppose course registration system is there, billing system is another, course catalog system is another, student management system. So the student management system is having different modules. So course registration system is another module, and billing system is another module, and course catalog system is another module. These all are the module of student management system. What is hierarchy? So hierarchy means it is a level wise display of different category of objects or classes. So as the double-headed arrow is showing increasing abstraction, if we go in direction upward, it will increase the abstraction, and when we go downward direction, it will decrease the abstraction. So if we talk about the asset is having bank account, can have is assets of anybody, can have bank accounts, security, real estate, and so on. Further, the bank account can be saving or checking, it can be security stock or bond, and so on. So hierarchy means that if you are going top to down, then it means that we are removing the layer of abstraction. It means that the abstraction is decreasing. But if we will talk about this upward direction, then it means that we are increasing the abstraction, means we are hiding things from the user. So what is a class? It is a description of a set of objects that share the same attribute, operations, relation, and semantics. An object is an instance of a class. We know this. A class is an abstraction in that it emphasizes relevant characteristics, suppresses other characteristics. So class is basically impose abstraction. But abstraction is the portion which is declared into the private section. So if we declare anything into the private section, it becomes an abstraction part, and rest the methods which we are creating into the public section or public access modifier with public access modifier in Java, then it will be called as the methods or encapsulation, you can say, or its working or behavior. Representing class in the UML, as the UML is a unified model language, as we had seen in the software engineering or system analysis and designing, we usually create DFD in which we represent the data flow diagram, but in UML we always represent the things in the form of the classes and object. So class object diagrams will be there. So if we think that there is a class named as professor, so this rectangular box is divided into 3 parts. One is the name of your class, then another is the it's basically state, and this is behavior. So whatever the variable you are declaring, that shows the state of this particular class, and these are the behavior. So the professor name, employee ID, hire date, status, discipline, and max load, these all are the state, or you can say it is a state of an professor. But submit final grade, this is a behavior, or this is a method. Accept the course offerings, set the maximum load, or take the sabbaticals. These all are the methods which a professor can have. So it can be, the behavior of a professor can be shown by using these 4 methods. The relationship between the classes and object. The class is an abstract definition of an object. It defines the structure and behavior of each object in the class. It serves as a template for the creating object. So it is a template basically. When we create an object of particular class, it automatically takes the whole behavior. For example, if this is a class, if I will create an object of this professor P, So P will having all these stuff which we had declared into the class professor. So professor, it's a template. So class is a template for creating an object. So whatever object we create, objects are grouped into classes, and if you are seeing professor is a class, so any professor can have all these two things. One represents state and another state behavior. What is an attribute? An attribute is a named property of a class that describes a range of values that the instance of the property may hold. A class may have any number of attributes or no attribute at all. For example, if we'll discuss the student class, there is an attribute name, address, student ID, date of birth, and etc. These all are called as attribute of a student class. And then what is operations? So an operation is an implementation of a service that can be requested from any object of the class to act behavior. So whatever the methods you are using in a class, then it is called as your operations. So for students, get tuitions, add schedule, get schedule, delete schedule, or prerequisite, and these all are the methods which a student can have. These are operations for them. So what is polymorphism is the another part of your object-oriented modeling. Polymorphism mean the ability to hide many different implementation behind a single interface. So manufacturer A, manufacturer B of television, they all are being handled with the help of this remote control. So every one polymorph means many form. So a particular thing can have different forms. So the mobile, this remote control will handle all these televisions created by the manufacturer, different manufacturer. Example of polymorphism: get current value. So its current value can be in the form of stock, it can be in the form of bond, or it can be in the form of mutual fund. So this all about the different attributes, different OOPS concepts. In the next class, we will discuss how we create them in the UML. So for now, this is that's all for this class. Hello, 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 students. Today we are going to start with the unit 5 of your IS, system analysis, design and implementation. So this is our presentation. Unit 5, system analysis, design and implementation. This is your syllabus. Design implementation on O platform. Object-oriented analysis and design through the object modeling technique, object modeling, dynamic modeling, and functional object-oriented design and object-oriented programming system for implementation. So this is a unit syllabus, right? So we will discuss something about the object technology which help in implementation. Object technology helps implement these best practices, develop interactively, tolerates changing requirements, integrate element progressively, facilitates reuse. As you people had already studied the object-oriented programming in C++ as well as in Java also. So you find what is object actually, what is class actually, how we use it. So this is basically for creation of class, or you can say that we can create class, we can Just hold, students. I am coming back on to the so this is your hello. Students, you have to type the you have to go in chat and you have to put your attendance. So this is basically for object oriented technique. What is object? We know this. A set of principle guiding software construction together with the languages and database and other tools that support those principles. You can find a book, Object Technology, A Manager Guide, Taylor, 1997. Right. So strength of the object technologies are a single paradigm, a single language used by user, analysts, designers, and implementers, facilities. It facilitates architecture and code reuse, because if we create a class, you people had understand the inheritance concept, in which we create a class and we reuse it again and again whenever we require it. So basically object oriented programming facilitate you to create one class, and you can inherit that class features into the subclasses also. Models more closely yes.